out. 7:55 left to play here in the first half. It's taken a while. This has been a while here, this first half. Oh, and he's going to be brought down. Is Shinitsky going to be brought down by James Del Forte? Del Forte is going to throw him for a big loss, about a 6-7 yard loss. Yep. All right, we're back up and running on the YouTube channel. Good work, Randy Boylan and Greg Urlacher. Good job. Way to keep battling, fellas. Never give up. So that's going to bring up 3rd and a country mile, about 3rd and 20. We're going to call it 3rd and 20. James Del Forte with a great play. He was again one of those guys that was in consideration for Defensive Player of the Year. Sponsored by Kicks on Main. Shinitsky, 3-step drop, goes across field, and it is going to be just too tall for his intended receiver, Joseph Schweigert, the 6'2 senior, and Schweigert needed a couple inches and a couple rungs on the ladder to try to get that. Almost picked off again by Canandaigua. Canandaigua defense, very, very stingy. Let me see how many yards they give up in the air. I'm going to open up my awesome stats that my dude Ronnie compiles here. They give up just 91.1 yards per game in the air. They do give up an average of 157 on the ground. But here Shinitsky with the 4th and 20 is going to end up having to punt. Grant and Morgan back deep to receive. And, man, that was a shank. It's only going to go, 15, 16 yards and give Canandaigua a great field position. So another punt, and Canandaigua with another opportunity from good field position. 7:15 left to play. So another punt. What's that? 10-yard punt. 10 yards. So with 7:15 left to play, Canandaigua will have good field position at the Arcadia 41. Here's a handoff to Gavette off the left-hand side. He's going to go up the middle. He's got blocking. He zigs. He zags down to the 10. He's going to be brought down around the 7-yard line. And we've also got a flag on the play, and it was at the end of the play. It was at the end of the play. So I'm going to say that's going to go on. Is that going to go on the defense?
Yeah, I think it's a horse collar.
I was going to say either a horse collar. I didn't see a face mask, but I saw a horse collar. He drove him into the ground. Something, some type of unsportsmanlike on the tackle. And that's going to give Canandaigua. That is going to go against Schweigert, the 6'2 senior. And right now, Arcadia needs those seniors to have better presence of mind than to shoot themselves in the foot in such a manner. 7:01, 20-0, Canandaigua leading. Class A2 semifinals. Hey, Greg, we got a report on that Spencerport East game by any chance?
Tracy drives back, so he's 16-0, Spencer.
16-0 at the half?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I thought you said at the half. 16-0. Spencerport leading East. Now, the only game Spencerport lost, Canandaigua. Like I said, 10-10 at the half, and then Canandaigua outscored them 21-3. Want to once again thank everybody for joining us here on Chosen Spot Radio. And 6:51 left to play here in the first half. Canandaigua leading 20-0. First and goal from the 3-yard line. And Boldrin rolls out, and he goes to Platten just inside the sideline here on the near side. Little bit of fancy pants play there, but I think they're going to go back to some smash mouth here with Ryan Gavette coming in. Ryan Gavette, Del Forte was the workhorse a little bit. Now Ryan Gavette has kind of taken over that mantle, and there's a reason for it, because he loves running. He loves having the ball. Is that Galassi in there? Yep, that is. That's Galassi in there. Dom Galassi. Excuse me. And here is Gavette on the carry, and he's going to get brought down. Nice defense. Nice defense by, I'm going to say that was number 5, Xavier Smith, the 6-foot freshman. Puts the stop on Gavette, and that's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 3. 3rd and goal from the 3. A lot of threes on that bottom there. 3rd down. There they changed it to the 2. It was 3-3-3. Now it's 3-2-2 with 6:15 left to play. Here's Boldrin. Oh, little miscommunication there. Little miscommunication. Tysheed Crockton, I don't know if he was the one that Boldrin was looking for in the corner over here, the high corner, or if it was Elliot Morgan, but neither one of them were in the house. Little bit of miscommunication there. So with 6:09 left to play, they're going to go for it. They'll bring in Ryan Gavette. They've got Galassi in the block, Brian Boldrin in the gun. Here we go. 4th and goal. Gavette is going to get in. Ryan Gavette gets in with a 2-yard touchdown run. 41-yard drive capped off by a 2-yard touchdown run for Ryan Gavette. Ryan Gavette is having a day. That is his 3rd rushing touchdown. Touchdowns of 15, 71, and 2 yards. That comes with 6:04 left to play. And Ryan Gavette was not to be denied that time. Here's Jude York. Angles over a little bit to the left, but it's inside the goalpost. So with 6:04 left to play, Canandaigua now leads 27-0. All right, welcome back, fans. Capping off a 41-yard touchdown drive. Senior Ryan Gavette with a 2-yard run at 6:04 to make it 27-0 after the PAT was good. Here is the kickoff, and well, I'll tell you, it's right about the 40, and Canandaigua just swarming on that ball. They did get it to Ramel Rose, and let's see where they're going to mark that, where they're going to spot it. I know the clock has stopped at 5:51 left to play. Canandaigua up 27-0. Arcadia doing the best they can to get rid of that bagel, and it looks like it's going to be spotted at the Arcadia 37-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Arcadia from their own, what did I say, 37?
38.
All right, we'll call it, 38. All right, 1st and 10 from the 38. Arcadia looking to get rid of that bagel. And as a student of the game, you want to see them get rid of that bagel. But as a Canandaigua marking a homer, I'm liking the 27-0. 5:45 left to play. I think I've done a great job of almost being unbiased. I think I've at least gotten a little better, but let's see here. No gain on that, so to bring up 2nd and 10. But I spent my childhood in Canandaigua down on Wood Street, up by Sam's, over by the jail, right there on Wood Street, in between Gorham and Gibson, and went to school here at Canandaigua. Then skipped school here at Canandaigua, but 5:13. Mr. Wilcox and Mr. Hayes were the administration, and they used to.
5 years.
What's that?
Penalty on our
Oh, okay, holding.
motion.
Oh, motion penalty against Arcadia. That'll push them back 5, bring up 2nd and 15. What they did is I don't know if they do it now, but back in my day, they used to call you down to the office. They used to say the following students report to the office. They called my name when I didn't have to go to the office. 10 seconds on the play clock. Here is the handoff up the middle. Man, he started to take off like a rocket. Did McClemens before being brought down by the. By Ryan Gavette, and somebody's down with a cramp. That's a cramp right there, man. Ryan Gavette is cramping up like a Mohamby right there about the 40-yard line. 4:38 left to play. 4:25 left to play here in the first half. It has been a long first half, in my opinion. Here is Shinitsky. He gets forced out of the pocket, looking to extend, looking. He's just going to throw it away. He's going to air it out over here on the Canandaigua sideline. He was feeling a lot of pressure from DeRue and Del Forte, and DeRue is a big boy. That's a big boy right there. All those DeRues are big. 6'4", 211-pound sophomore. But you know why they're all so big? Because Dad is a big dude. They're all big dudes there in the DeRue clan. 4:14 left to play here in the first half. Canandaigua leading 27-0. That'll bring up 4th down, 4th and 6th from the 42. And Arcadia is showing punt. You know what? Here's where I'm at. What the heck? You're trailing 27-0. Your front line's getting beat up. There's only 4:14 left to play. Go for it, man. Go for it. What do you think, Greg? Go for it. What the heck? Come on. Whoa. Whoa. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that? And then, but then I would just say, yup, I was right again. I was right again. You know what I'm saying? That is not something I don't see a whole lot of trickeration on behalf of Coach Welch. Coach Welch kind of reminds me of a Dom Vidacore. You know, a Dom Vidacore. If he can run it down your throat, he's going to run it down your throat. When he needs to spread you out and go downfield, he'll do that as well. But I sure do miss the old days where it was all run, run, run. I'll tell you what, they had a great running back in Dom Com. We haven't seen his brother B-Com, so I got to kind of B-Com. Is he calm? I don't see him being calm. Brady Camella. 4-4. All right, now I'm just rambling. 4:14 left to go. Let's see what they got. Nope, Shinitsky is going to let it go with the left foot. Got a lot of air. Lands about the 31-yard line and goes out of bounds over on the far side, over on the eastern sideline. The rain has not stopped since I got here. Well, since, about an hour before the game. When did it start raining over here, fellas? Yep. So it's been raining nonstop, but there's no excuse. There's no excuse for it. So another punt on behalf of Arcadia. Just cannot get anything going against this Canandaigua defense, who is now going to set up 1st and 10 from the Canandaigua 37-yard line. 1st and 10 Braves. Boldrin gets the snap, loses it, fumbles it, picks it up, goes down the air, just launches it, and that was dangerous. That was certainly dangerous, and it is going to be intercepted by Latrell Rowe. Boldrin was not set when he let that go. He just kind of threw it down there, was hoping that Jackson Grant was going to be able to get to it. And what is that? That's just his, 3rd interception on the season? I'm going to say 3rd. Yep, his 3rd of the season. Through his 1st of the season, made it all the way to Spencerport. Made it all the way to the Spencerport game before he ended up throwing his 1st interception. Now that's going to be his 3rd, and I've got to be honest with you, that was not his best play that I've ever seen him make. But you know what? It is what it is, and it'll be, let's see here, I got to mark that down on my paperwork, and then we've got Arcadia starting from their own 48-yard line. Here's Shinitsky. He's going to hand off to Rose. Rose trying to find room on the other side, and he's going to get run down by Platten as well as Elliott Morgan. It just snuffed that play out. Rose thought he was going to have room to run, and that Canandaigua defense, they do a great job of not only pursuing you, but if you remember what my sidekick Greg Herbst used to call it, we call it being caged. What that means is you want somebody on every side of that back or whoever's got the ball so they have nowhere to go, and Canandaigua is doing a great job of keeping that defender in front of them and being able to make the stop. 2nd and 12 from the 46. Shinitsky, 3-step drop, going over on the other side, and this one's going to be picked off right at the 45-yard line. Run up the left-hand side. He's got room to run, and he's going to the house. Pick 6 for Elliott Morgan. Do we have any flags? All right, we do have a flag, and over there in that place, that's going to most likely be a block to the back. We will see. All right, that was about a 60-yard pick 6 there for Elliott Morgan with 2:59 left to play. But there's a flag right around, the 25-30, and that'll come all the way back, I bet. That's coming all the way back. And let's see what the signal is. Not sure what the signal is. Couldn't see it. But anyway, it looks like it's coming back. So a 60-yard pick 6 for Elliott Morgan. Let's see what he's got. He does have a punt return for a touchdown. All right, so it's going to be coming back to the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 40. All right, man in motion is Morgan. Play action. Boldrin forced out of the pocket, and he's going to get sacked. Boldrin is going to get sacked, brought back to the 46-yard line. Nice play by Arcadia. I believe that was Johnny Aliyah, the 5'10 junior, able to get past that Canandaigua line and make the sack, and that is not that again is something we do not see a whole lot of here on behalf of Canandaigua. 2:29. Now the clock continues to run. 2:25. That'll bring up 2nd and 15 from the Arcadia 45 for the Braves. Braves 8-0 coming into today, looking for their 3rd straight sectionals title. Swing pass to Jackson Grant, and he is going to check out. He's going to pay the bill and check out, zig and zag, and he's going to get in. 45-yard touchdown pass play for Canandaigua. Welcome back, fans. Canandaigua Braves Sectionals Class A2 semifinal football right here on the station for Braves Nation, the home for high school sports, Chosen Spa Radio. I'm Craig the Spaz Man, Simmons, Joe around Mound of Sound. Canandaigua jumps out to a 34-0 lead over number 4 Greece Arcadia. 45-yard touchdown drive. 45-yard pass play to Elliott Morgan. Here's a worm burner. Fielded at the 30. Right up the middle. Oh, and that was a heck of a tackle there by Canandaigua. Can't tell who it was. All right, so number 28. That is Dom Galassi. He might have saved the touchdown there because Xavier Smith was moving right up the middle. So, what do we have here? 158. Okay, so Arcadia will start right at midfield again. 3rd time they've been able to start right at midfield. So that was Elliott Morgan's, let's see here, 5th receiving touchdown. His longest of the year is 70. He averages 41 per catch. Shinitsky going over to the far side, trying to get to Rose, incomplete, overthrew him, stops the clock at 1:53. 1:53 left to play here in the first half. Fellas, is it just me or has this been a long first half? Remember that Spencerport game, that first half was over in 5 minutes? that game went by real fast. No question about it. But this is the MO. This is what we've seen from Canandaigua. The ones come out, they dominate, they do their thing, and they do not give up a lot of points in the first half. No question about it. So this is standard operational procedure for the Braves. Shinitsky looking. Del Forte forces him out of the pocket. He gets away from Del Forte and Bennett, and he's going to run out of bounds right around the 45-yard line, well short of the first down marker. But I'll tell you what, Shinitsky, man, he felt the pressure. He felt the pressure from Bement and Del Forte. And Del Forte was coming hard, both of them. 1:45 left to play. He's going to pick up, I guess we'll call it 5 yards. So with 1:45 left to play, Shinitsky going out of bounds. It's going to bring up 3rd, and I'm going to call it 5. Let's see what they put on the board. I might go with 6. But either way, it's right at the 46-yard line. Here's Shinitsky looking over on the near side. Does have a receiver for the first time. Marcus Moore, 6-foot junior, trying to get extra yardage. He is going to pick up a couple added yards. That was about a 10-yard pass play there from Shinitsky to Moore. And I've got news for you. It's raining even harder now than it was the last time I said it's raining. Wow. It just keeps on coming. Unfortunately, what that rain means is no sound at halftime. No sound as far as the band at halftime. But I'll play a couple tunes for you because I got to take a quick walk. But 1:20 left to play. I know that's TMI, right? 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Shinitsky, three-step drop, looking down the middle of the field. And great coverage. Intended receiver was number 9, Isaiah Dunny, the 5'6" senior. So stops the clock with 1:09 left to play. Trying to get the number, all right, 2-3. 2-3. That's Keegan Jackson, the 6'2", 153 junior on the coverage. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 from, again, the 35-yard line of Canandaigua for Arcadia. They continue. Listen, they it's not that they haven't been moving the ball. They're just having a hard time finishing, whether they turn it over or can't finish. Here's Shinitsky, pushed out of the pocket again by Del Forte from behind, and then he's going to run into Bement and Daru. What a formidable trio those three are, that front line. Bement, Del Forte, and Daru. Man, I'll tell you.
It was working.
Great. Hey, what are you doing? How come you're not down there working? Diana Hart from Diana Hart Photography. You're the first person I've met that doesn't want me to promote their business. What is wrong with that woman? 25 seconds left to play here in the first. And Shinitsky is just going to go, I think he's going to go long, and he's going to get pushed out by Del Forte again. And Del Forte is having a kicks on main player of the game kind of game here. Del Forte is going to wrap him up, take him down. He wants the ball, but it's going to bring up 4th down, 4th and very long anyway. And the first half is going to come to a close anyway. There you have it, fans. At the end of the first half, Canandaigua is going to take a 34-0 lead. All right, here we go. Game time, 8:32. We're back at it. Now we switch ends again, and here is the out of bounds. It's going to go out of bounds right about the Canandaigua 28-29 yard line. So let's see what Canandaigua is going to do. Are they going to make him kick it again? Listen, I'm only going to say it one more time. I won't say it again. Please, referees, get rid of those pink flags. I can't see them. I can't see them, especially on a flag, or I should say a field that is, has red on it. It's just, it's cray. So they're going to push him back to the 35, force him again to do it, or force him to do it again. Shinitsky, the quarterback, also the kicker, the punter, fresh 12, second half in the house. Here is Shinitsky, worm burner, and it is going to go through to Gavette at the 30-yard line. Trying to find room to run over here on the near side, and we're going to have a flag. We got a flag right over here in front of the Canandaigua bench. Schweigert on the stop, but Canandaigua will have decent field position to start things off here with 11:51 left to play in the third quarter. Canandaigua up 34-0. If this was soccer, I'd be saying 34-0. But they're going to start off at the 40-yard line, and the call was against Arcadia. Do we know what the call was? Well, it was a 5-yarder, so it wasn't anything too egregious. But Canandaigua will start off from their own 45-yard line. So letting Canandaigua, this powerful offense that scores almost 40 points per game. Oh, great defense. Great defense by Rose on the carry by number 17. Del Forte is in the house. We're going to watch Luke Del Forte. He had, 19 carries against, who did they play? And he had almost 20 carries in the second half. I was going to say it might have been Arcadia. I think he had 20 carries in the second half. But I did name him the Kicks on Main player of the game in that game. So Canandaigua bringing out the twos, bringing out the deuces. Is who we got in the quarterback? Do we have? Drew. God, I can't remember his name though. Willamie, yeah. So Drew Willamie in now, and that is going to be big loss of yards there. And Arcadia is going to come up with the fumble. In fact, it's a fumble, and Arcadia will come up with the ball. Now, I was able to talk to, as I said, Coach Welch, and he has a great balance, not only on all three facets of the game, being offense, defense, and special teams, but he has a great grasp, a great presence of mind on when, if things start to get out of control with the 2s and 3s, he's like, I got to do what I got to do, especially in a one-and-done situation. In a one-and-done situation, if the 2s, start to give up too many points or something of that nature. But anyway, Greece, Arcadia, going to start off at their own, or I should say the Canandaigua 34-yard line, handoff up the middle. And looks like it's good for a couple yard gain, so it'll bring up second and give them 3 yards, 2nd and 7.
By number 17, Lucas Del 40, and number 16, Michael Shellhart.
34-0. Class A2 semifinals. Winner will go on to play the winner of number 2 Spencerport and number 3 East. Number 2 Spencerport leading East 24-0 at the half. 10:16 left to play. I'll tell you what, man, I couldn't do what Ronnie Ingalls does up here. He shuffles those papers like I shuffle my feet in between the living room and the kitchen. He just keeps it moving. Ironically, he uses a basketball clipboard to do it on. All right, so Johnson on the stop there on the carry by Arcadia. No gain, 3rd and 8. Actually lost a yard there from the 32 with 9:45 left to play. All right, I was over here watching Ronnie work. I missed that play. Here's Shinitsky, 3-step drop, going downfield, going long. It's aired out, and it's going to be incomplete. I like that. I like Shinitsky going long, but he threw into double coverage. Pass was intended for Rose, and great double coverage there by Canandaigua. Jackson in on the coverage, 9:30 left to play. That interception, derp, strike 2. Hey, I made it this far before I threw myself the second strike.
And number 11, Mason Lloyd.
All right, so we're giving Mason Lloyd, 6'3", 137, sophomore, one of the call-ups. We're giving him some love being in on that stop. Shinitsky going for it on 4th and 8, throws it downfield, intercepted. Intercepted right around the 25-yard line, going up along the right, or I should say the far sideline. And he's going to get back to about the 37. All right, so it's Mason Lloyd with the stop. All right, Mason Lloyd, the call-up, the sophomore, getting in the game and taking advantage. And he's going to get his first interception of the season with 9:14 left to play. So, again, going for it long, just threw in the coverage. And there wasn't a whole lot that Arcadia was going to be able to do. So they throw, what is that, their 4th interception here, Ronnie? Yep, so their 4th interception of the night, and that's going to set up Canandaigua 1st and 10 from the Arcadia 37. Great run back. Do we know how many yards he ran that back? That's
About 40.
about 40? We'll call it about a 40-yard run back on the interception. Here's the handoff, and great job by that defense to get in and hit him behind the line of scrimmage. Del 40 on the carry. He's going to be thrown for a loss of about 5 yards. That should bring up 2nd and 15. 8:55 left to play here in the 3rd. Again, want to thank everybody for joining us, whether you're watching on the YouTube channel or whether you're just tuned in here on Chosen Spa Radio, or doing both. I think somehow you can sync the two up. Here is the snap. He has to go up to get it, does Willamie, and Willamie's going to bring it down and hand off to Del 40, and he's going to get He isn't going to get back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose a couple more yards. Not a good snap there, and Willamette had to go up to get after it. The freshman, 5'9", 169 freshman. I actually called him, I made him a player of the game in a JV lacrosse game, I believe, over the last lacrosse season. Can't wait for that. Can't wait. Always ready for some lacrosse. Now, hasn't Joy been playing fall lacrosse, Greg? Hasn't Joey been playing some fall lacrosse? All right, man. All right. St. John Fisher College. Joey Urlacher. What's it going to be, a sophomore?
Yep. Sophomore.
Yep. Nice. Nice. The Nightmare. The Nightmare. Yeah.
He's loving it, though. He loves it.
It's a nice school. 7:50 left to play. We've got a timeout. Canandaigua up 34-0. Class A2 sectional semifinals. Winner goes on to play the winner of number 2 Spencerport and number 3 East. Here is the handoff on a sweep coming this way, and looks like that was Keegan Jackson on the carry. Brought down nicely by Seth Tape, 6-foot junior.
Number 2, Deshaun.
And Deshaun McClellan stops the clock. Oh, no, the clock continues to run, 7:25, so that'll bring up 4th and 16. And Canandaigua into punt for their first time here tonight. I believe that is the first time that they've had to either punt or a turnover on down or anything of that nature, but standard operational procedure here for the Braves. Nice left-footed punt, going to land at the 13 and go out of bounds at the 14. Great punt. Who was that, Elliot Morgan? Elliot Morgan with a great punt for Canandaigua is going to set up Arcadia deep in their own territory. So Elliot Morgan getting it done on both sides of the ball. He was happy with himself on that kick too, and he should. It landed. It did come back towards Canandaigua by a yard, but it does go out of bounds. Where they marking it? Right at the 15. 1st and 10 for Arcadia from their own 15-yard line. 6:56 left to play here in the third quarter. And weather update, rain hasn't changed one little bit. It's coming down just as hard now as it did when we first started this thing an hour and 43 minutes ago. 1st and 10 for, looks like we have either a direct snap or somebody else playing quarterback for Arcadia. Dropping back, going to take off. Little quick pass over here on the side. Intended receiver was number 4. Who is that on that stop? Who is that? Is that number 9? Is that a 9? Is that Calum Outhouse?
Number 3, Jake Holt.
Who is it?
Hope was a receiver.
Number 3.
Oh, number 3. Okay, number 3. I don't know who number 3 is.
Jaden Winkler.
Who is it?
Winkler.
Winkler, Jaden Winkler. He is. Oh, there he is, Jaden Winkler. See, that's what happens when the roster is not in numerical order. 2nd and 10 from the 15. Oh, he's off to the races. Is Rose over on the left-hand side. He's only got one man to beat, and he does get forced out of bounds. Micah Bennett over there in on the stop as well. Good job, good hustle.
30 yards.
But 30-yard run there for Rose is going to give the Arcadia Titans a first down right near midfield. Oh, from the 45. So big Micah Bennett on the stop. That's my dude. You know what I'm saying? He's a good kid. Good kid. Looking forward to watching him play some basketball this year. 6:40 left to play. Kid's all heart, man. Here we go, 1st and 10 from the 45 for Arcadia. And we do have a new quarterback in for Arcadia. That would be number 8, Joseph Schweigert, 6'2" senior. Clock is stopped at 6:39. They're going to walk off a penalty, looks like against Arcadia. False start 6:39 left to play. 1st and 15 for Arcadia. They walked it off. It'll be at the 40-yard line. 6:39 left to play in the third. Schweigert rolls out this way, stops, goes back the other way, runs up along the hash marks and gets wrapped up. Looks like he's going to pick up 3-4 yards. So good job to turn that into an actual gain, because they had him dead to rights over here. Micah Bennett, he was in on the stop. Where Braden Whitcomb, a 6', 136 junior, the linebacker, turned Schweigert back the other way. So good job for him to stay home on his side. It's so hard to get kids to stay home on defense. 5:50 left to play. Trip receivers on the near side for Arcadia. Bad snap. Schweigert climbs the ladder, pulls it down. Pitch, little shovel pass over to the opposite side. And looks like they might lose a yard on that deal. I think they're going to lose a yard on that deal. One of those broken plays. Broken plays usually do one of two things: crap the bed or turn into a touchdown. And that one crapped the bed pretty quick for Arcadia. 5:25 left to play. I can say that, can't I? I'm all right with that. 34-0. 3rd and 12. Arcadia at the Titans' 43-yard line. Unable to really mount anything offensively thus far. Schweigert looks, going long, looking to air it out, and the receiver's going to come back and get it, and it will be, I believe, a first down. Wow. He had to climb the ladder to get that, did Shinitsky. That's Brian Shinitsky. That's the quarterback. Schweigert put everything he had into it. And I don't think that Shinitsky was the intended receiver. I think he was trying to hit somebody behind him, but Shinitsky recognized and realized that he had to come back and get it. And he did, and he picks up the first down. How many yards do we know? All right, so number 11 on the play for Canandaigua. Once again, Mason Lloyd, 6'3", 137, sophomore. 4:25 left to play here in the third. Schweigert, handoff. Left-hand side. Man, he's gone. 38. From the 38, I should say. Man, what a great run there for number 20, Dominic Zona, the 5'8 sophomore. 32 yards. 32-yard carry there for Zona. Man, gets them down inside the red zone. Not only, well, gets them down to inside the 10, gets them down to the 6. So with 4 minutes left to play here in the third quarter, Arcadia threatening, looking to get rid of that bagel. Schweigert in the pistol. Zona with that, nope, play action. Schweigert with the carry. He's going to get wrapped up nicely by Jonathan Windover, the 5'8", 151 sophomore. Clock continues to run. Schweigert with the keeper, calls his own number. I think in that case, I'm going to Zona over on the left-hand side. I think they would have done better to go with Zona over there on the left-hand side. Zona, a greasy little 5'8 sophomore. And I mean that in the sense that he's hard to grab, he's hard to get a hold of. So, twin receivers on both sides. 2nd and 3 from the 3. Schweigert looking, crossing route, great. Oh, they're going to call interference. They're going to call pass interference. They're going to call pass interference. Shinitsky, the intended receiver, and I think they're going to call the contact interference against Mason Lloyd. That'll be half the distance to the goal. So that'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 1.5. Now, I'm not going to get into whether I agree with that or not. I don't, but it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it from up here, and I've never seen an official say, you know what, announcer, you're right. You're right, I was wrong, and and change the call. It just doesn't happen. So with 2:55 left to play, first and goal from the 1. Schweigert in the gun. Rose with him. Fakes the jet, has to keep, and he's in. Schweigert with the 1-yard scamper is going to put Arcadia on the board. They're going to cap off an 85-yard touchdown drive. 85 yards. And they get rid of the bagel. 1 yard, number 8. So Schweigert knocks it down, and that comes at 2:50. And listen, that's standard operational procedure, folks. We've seen it all season long. This is playing out just like I expected it. You know what I'm saying? 34-6. They're going to go for the 2 points. Schweigert in with Rose off to his right. Schweigert drops, looking for the crossing route. Right, not there. And he's going to dump it down, and it's almost going to be intercepted or knocked. Let's just say it's knocked down by Keegan Jackson. So with 2:50 left to play here in the third, Arcadia is on the board. They cap off an 85-yard drive. Ate up a lot of clock, so they served 2 purposes. They killed 2 birds with 1 stone, man. They scored, and they kept the ball out of Canandaigua's offensive hands, which is a smart thing to do. So with 2:50 left to play, Canandaigua now leads 34-6. All right, fans, 2:50 left to play. They cap off an 85-yard drive with a 1-yard touchdown run by the quarterback. Here they kick off, now picked up by Tysheed Crockton and knee down at the 30. At the 30, knees it down, and again, this is a situation where there's a respect for your opposing team, because Crockton, I think, could have taken off and found some room to run, and instead knees it down, and Canandaigua will start off right at their own 30-yard line. Canandaigua minus 30. Okay, so what I mean minus 30 is, like I've said before, I've got what we call a drive sheet, and it's full of squares, and in each square I write the team that has the ball and where they start. If they start on their side, it's a minus. If they start on the other, on their opponent's, part of the field, it's a plus. 2:45 left to play. Here we go. Willamette, quarterback now for Canandaigua. Handoff on the sweep coming this way for Jackson. And Jackson is going to be pushed out of bounds by Jaden Polk. Pushed out of bounds by Jaden Polk right around the 40-yard line.
Jackson gets the ball.
Let's see, what are some numbers on Keegan Jackson? So a 9-yard carry there for Jackson. Keegan Jackson. Good run, 9 yards. Ball at the 40. Oh, man, till 40. Going nowhere. Actually going to lose a handful of yards. Nice job defensively there by Arcadia. That'll bring up 3rd and 6. Loss of about, 3-4 yards. Loss of about 4 yards, we'll call it.
They'll let the clock go down to about...
Yep, let the clock go down to use as much time on the play clock as they can. It's down to 15 now.
They'll go to about 7.
Play clock down to 10, game clock at 1:20. Yep, get it down to 7 or 6, and then they go. Here we go. Yeah, man in motion. Oh, man, great defensive play. The handoff on the motion to Mason Lloyd. And I did not see who made that defensive play. You know what? I'm going to give it to, I think it was Jaden Polk, the 6-foot senior, and that'll bring up 4th and 11. 4th and 11 now for Canandaigua. Final minute of play here in the third quarter. Canandaigua leading 34-6. Only touchdown here, only points in the third quarter. That Arcadia touchdown, 85-yard drive. That's impressive, whether it's against 1s, 2s, or 3s. It doesn't matter. To go 85 yards and eat that much time off of the clock. Play clock down to 3, 2, 1. And, yep, they're going to get busted for delay of game there. Going to get busted for delay of game. That'll push them back. Stops the clock with 25 seconds. That was a little substitution issue. Jude York, the sophomore, trying to get back into the game. And then Elliott Morgan not able to get the snap off in time, pushes him back 5 yards. So it'll bring up 4th and, well, they've got 12 on the board, but it looks more like 4th and I would say about 16, 17. About, well, 4th and, well, they say 4th, I don't know. Nice punt there by Morgan. It's going to go out of bounds right near the 30-yard line. Great punt by Elliott Morgan. Out of bounds right at the 30.
46 yards.
46-yard punt. 46-yard punt for Elliott Morgan. So the second punt of the night for Canandaigua. Actually, second straight possession after not having to punt. But like I said, fans, this is the way things have normally gone for Canandaigua thus far this season. So everything is on par for the course. 14 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Canandaigua up 34-6. Second straight punt for Canada. 1st and 10. Oh, from the 20. From the 20. Did I miss a penalty? I think we missed a penalty while we were shooting the breeze. Incomplete pass, and boy, Schweiger just got stuffed. Micah Bennett right in there just got stuffed, destroyed. It's 5.8 left to play, 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line. Once again, thanks for listening here on Chosen Spot Radio. As long as we get the approval and we have space, we'll be back here next week when Canandaigua plays either East or Spencerport. Looking more and more like it's going to be Spencerport, but you never know. From what I understand from the Canandaigua East game, East came on a little bit there in the second half, and maybe they can do that against Spencerport. Only 2 games they lost all year were against Canandaigua and Spencerport. Handoff to Rose on the left-hand side, looking for room to run. Almost gets the first down. Fumble. Ball is on the ground. What do we have here? Did I see a fumble?
Somebody said fumble.
I was going to say, it looked like a fumble of Ruski. And weather report, it's raining harder than it was earlier. You've got to give these kids, we're talking 15, 16, 17-year-old kids, man. And they're just out there in the downpour. They're out there in the downpour. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So what do we got? Canandaigua recovers the fumble, 1st and 10. Canandaigua football, 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Fumble Aruski. Fumble bumbled. So Canandaigua will have great field position as the third quarter comes to a close. So at the end of 3, Canandaigua leads 34-6 over the Greece Arcadia Titans. All right, fans, fresh 12, final frame, Canandaigua up 34-6. Number 1 Canandaigua, number 3 in the state. They take on oh, look at this. The option, Shinitsky, and the wind just kills it, but he does make the completion up to about the 47-yard line. So on the option, looking for the number, it's number 3. That's Jaden Polk, the 6-foot senior. And that will net the Arcadia Titans the first down near midfield, right at the 47-yard line. Again, number 1 Canandaigua, number 4 Arcadia. Arcadia got here by way of beating number 5 Greece Athena, held on to get the 7-6 win. There's Bobby Chavez. Is that Chavez with a purple little miniature umbrella that you get at the gas station? Oh man, I love it, man. Run off to the left-hand side by the Titans. It looks like Rose on the carry. He's going to pick up. I'll give him 2. It'll bring up 2nd and 8 from the 49-yard line. for Arcadia. And what I like, whether it's against the 1s, 2s, or 3s, I love a team that never gives up. I love a team that keeps digging, keeps battling, keeps trying. Or as Dory would say, just keep swimming. And that's appropriate here today with all this rain. Hey, Mother Nature, knock it off, will you? I was going to do the Red Jacket game against C.G. Finney tomorrow, but rain is in the forecast, and I have to be outside. Here's Schweiger. Gets forced out of the pocket, runs right into Micah Bennett. Oh, and he just got laid out. He got laid out, man, just as he let that go. Who is it that put that shot on him? That was number 20. Boy, what a shot there by Braden Giuseppe. Gio, 5'11", 155 sophomore, man. He put a lick on Schweigert. Micah Bennett in on the stop. I can't say enough good things about that kid. He's a good dude, man. So 9:50 left to play here in the semifinals, Class A2. Winner goes on to play the winner of number 3 East against number 2 Spencerport. And the more I hear about that, the more it looks like it's going to be the Rangers. Here's Schweigert going downfield, and ball initially gets hit, pops up, and intended receiver can't pull it down. That is McClellan. He can't bring it in, can't rein it in. So good defensive play there on the coverage by Keegan Jackson. 9:05 left to play now. Here comes Jackson Grant to receive the punt. 4th and 8 from the 49. What the heck? You're down 34-6. As I said, come on, man. Live dangerously. Just go for it. Here's Shinitsky. Quick kick. And it's going to land right around the 25-yard line, roll down inside the 20, and eventually get downed at about the 16-yard line. So not a bad punt there by Shinitsky. Let me see here. So Grease, Athena punt. Canandaigua will set up shop, 1st and 10. At their own, where are we looking here? 15-yard line? Yep, 15-yard line. Canandaigua minus a 15. So fans, I again at the top of the watch list at this point, one on each side of the ball. Ryan Gavette on offense and James Del Forte on defense. Those are my 2 watch list players so far for the Kicks on Main. We've got a 1st and 5 here for Canandaigua. From the 20-yard line of the Braves, running as much of the clock off as they can. Handoff. Del Forte, left-hand side. Not a lot there. Does pick up, I don't know, did he pick up anything? Nope, no gain, 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Mike Smith doing a great job on running the clock here. Mark McNeil runs the music, the sound, everything else. Eric Carter does a good job as the PA announcer. What I like about Eric is he doesn't do play-by-play. He lets the play finish out before he says what's going on. PA announcers are not play-by-play guys. Handoff, Del Forte wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage there nicely by Jaden Polk for Arcadia. And that will bring up, again, no gain. Actually lost some yardage. That's what I thought. 3rd and 9. That'll bring up 3rd and 9 for Canandaigua. 6:25 left to play in the final frame. Rain has literally fallen nonstop since. Big shout out to all of the people who are still here. Everybody has an umbrella. Well, mostly everybody. It's looking like the Arcadia folks didn't get the note that y'all got to bring an umbrella. They are getting wet over there. Here is the snap. And Del Forte on the handoff. Yeah, this this Arcadia line taking advantage of some opportunity and able to get in and make some licks behind the line of scrimmage. Stops the clock at 5:53. Going to have offside against the Arcadia Titans. So that'll give Canandaigua another opportunity and make it probably about 3rd and 4. Yep. Excuse me. 3rd and 4 now for Canandaigua. Move the box. Move the box. There you go. All right. I've done that before. To tell you the truth, back before my body said I can't do it anymore, I used to love running the box. And there's one reason and one reason only, because you're always on the line of scrimmage. And that is where I always try to be whenever I'm watching a game. I always try to be on the line of scrimmage. And speaking of line of scrimmage, it breaks down for Canandaigua, and Arcadia is going to get in there and make the stop at the 15-yard line. Hey, Mrs. Spazman, I got 5:10 left to play. Get that chicken ready, baby. Get that chicken ready. What do we got? Some pizzas over here. Diana with some pizzas. Bring some of that. No, stop it. I can't have pizza. Greg, if you see me about to eat a piece of pizza, smack that bad boy right out of my hand. Yep, I seriously need that kind of help. I need people to keep on it because, 500. 500, that's insane, man.
Play clock down to 4.
Here we go. Morgan is going to get it all the way up to midfield. Oh, almost touched by Polk. Almost touched by Polk, but Polk felt Del Forte coming. He also felt Keegan Jackson moving in. I also have to say that number 73, Dan Erlacher, 5'11", 164 sophomore, he was putting the pressure on as well. 39-yard punt. I recognize that name Erlacher from somewhere. I'm not sure from where. But speaking of which, Greg, you do a great job running the camera. You also put up with my stuff. You put up with my business. We have a good time up here, if you ask me. And one more time, Ronnie Ingalls, if you want to work next to me forever, I would be more than glad to do whatever I had to do to make that possible. Here we go, 1st and 10. So that's a punt, 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line for Arcadia. Schweigert in. Gets the snap, not a good one, and he's going to run into a tribe of Braves. They're all going to get in there and take a lick. They're all going to get in there and take a little bit of a lick. Micah Bennett was in there. Let me see. I don't see a 70 on my roster, so I don't know who that was. Who's 70, Greg?
Don't know.
All right, well, don't know and on the stop. Tyler who? Calabrese. Tyler Calabrese. Tyler Calabrese. I'm just going to make sure I write that down in case of. So Canandaigua is going to improve to 9-0 and advance for the opportunity to play for their 3rd straight Class A sectionals title. And the last 2 seasons, they've played East in Class A, and this season in Class A2 have not got an update since. Not asking for one, just saying, haven't had one since halftime. At halftime, it was Spencerport 24-0.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike against Arcadia. Maybe feeling a little bit of that pressure. Probably said the magic word. And it'll bring up 2nd and forever. And nice run over on the right-hand side by Polk. He's got room to run. He's got green. He's got one man to beat. Oh, what a great tackle. What a great touchdown-saving tackle down there. Man, that was a great tackle by Jack Tanuri. Jack Tenuri, the sophomore, he was the only guy that Polk had to beat, and it's coming all the way back. It's coming all the way back, but Tenuri gets a big round of applause from whatever Canandaigua faithful are left out here at Braves Field, and Tenuri had to come from this side of the field. He was the only guy that Polk had to beat, and Tenuri he gave him a really nice stick to keep that touchdown from happening, but it's coming all the way back. It's coming all the way back to the 11-yard line. So I would imagine, was that a hold? I would imagine that was a hold. Clock stopped, now running at 3:25 in the final frame. So to all the seniors for Arcadia, I give this speech at the end of every sectional game. Don't sweat it, man. That bus ride home will suck, but you know what? Life moves on. Now we move into winter sports. You're going to move on to bigger and better things. You're not defined by the outcome of a sectionals football game in 2021. It just doesn't happen that way. And I was going to say, I thought I saw the ball come loose, but it didn't. But, seniors, like I said, you're going to go on to college. You're going to go on to careers. You're going to go on to start families when you're ready, okay? And how you define when you're ready is probably different than how I define when you're ready. But, you like I said, you're not defined by a loss here in your senior year. You have a whole lot of life ahead of you. Don't let it get to you, man. Let it go after a little bit. 2:43 left to play. Canandaigua improving to 9-0. I'm going to go with James Delforty as the Kicks on Main Street player of the game. Kicks on Main Street player of the game is going to be James Delforty. He just had a stellar, absolute standout defensive game on the front line. I mean, I have to give a big shout-out to DeRue. I have to give a big shout-out to Bement as well. But I just think that James Delforty was the general, the leader of that triad, that Bermuda Triangle. And James Delforty, the defensive lineman, is the Kicks on Main player of the game. I was going to go Cole, but I believe I've named Ryan Gavette as player of the game earlier in the season. So I've done my best to keep it to just one time. Play clock down to 5. Schweigert, swing pass over to the far side. Looking for some room to run. Not a whole lot going on there blocking-wise either. And Canandaigua is going to make the stick. No problem. And it was actually 4th and 50. They called it 4th and 50, man. After how many unsportsmanlike conduct calls there in a row, man? 2, 3? Yeah. So 14th penalty of the game against Arcadia, and it'll be 4th down now, 4th and forever, 4th and 5 for the Arcadia Titans. Clock continuing to run now down to $1:35. So Canandaigua advances once again to the Class A2 finals for the opportunity to win their 3rd straight sectionals. So I remember the game against East at Hobart. Where was the other one? In it? Right here, right? Yeah. So, yeah. So not the best kick there. About what was it? About a 30-yard punt, I should say. 27. I was close. So Canandaigua with good field position from the 33, but I imagine that Coach Welch is just going to kill the clock here. He's going to kneel it out, and We're not in a victory formation. No, we certainly are not with $1 left. But, yeah, he's going to take the knee here, man. Yep, there's the knee. So Canandaigua's going to pick up the dub 34-6, and they will advance. Greg, can you look and see if they're playing what the update on Spencerport East is, by any chance?
Who has that update? I don't know. My phone's dead.
Oh, okay. Your phone's dead? Oh, that's not good, man. That's not good. Here it is, 2nd and 10, and Canandaigua is once again going to take the knee. So I don't see any reason why it won't be number 1 Canandaigua against number 2 Spencerport. Canandaigua is going to move on, baby. And one way or the other, as long as there's space, as long as I can get the feet covered, as long as it's not raining outside, if that's where I have to go, I will be here to cover that game. Okay, that's all good. I don't see any reason why it isn't Spencerport. But I don't know that for sure, so I cannot prognosticate that. So Canandaigua picks up the 34-6 dub.